Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV, the Arsenal-Liverpool preview. We are standing outside the Emirates Stadium, our beautiful 60,000-seater stadium, where Arsenal will be kicking off. Yeah, outside the Dennis Bergkamp statue.
Big dog, DB.
To be. It will be a 4:30 p.m. kickoff this Sunday UK time. As I said, here at home, we're hosting Liverpool. Referee Michael Oliver will be taking charge of the game, and other than that, it's up to Arsenal to get the business done this Sunday. How are you feeling ahead of it?
I'm really looking forward to this game. I think this game is huge. I actually think this game is bigger than the Tottenham game, and there's no banter intended on Tottenham fans. We've bantered them enough, but I just feel that with the Tottenham game, we've beaten Tottenham many a times at home. Liverpool are that team that we just never seem to beat since Klopp's been here. Since Klopp's been here, we just can't seem to beat them. I think last time we beat them was in 2020, I think it was. So I feel that if we win this game, it's a massive statement. Yeah. Number one, it puts us far ahead of Liverpool at this early stage of the season. And also, probably takes them out of the title race. So it's a real pressurised game for them as well. And it would be a real statement win if we won this game. I really do feel that, James. So
well, you're right to
huge.
mention the gap. I mean, I'm just having a look at the table now. Not hard to remember Arsenal. We're sitting at the top, 7 wins out of 8. The 21 points tally we put up. Liverpool, on the other hand, only 2 wins from their 7. They've got that game in hand at the bridge against Chelsea. And for anyone saying that's a tricky one, well, it is a tricky one. But we had that game in hand and we took advantage of it last season. They're sitting on 10 points. You're right, an opportunity to open the gap between first and ninth.
Be 13 points above them. If we won the game. And then remember, they've got Man City next week. You know what I mean? So I think a very important game for them, because basically I feel if they lose this game, they are out of the title race, and it then really cements us. I think then a lot of people then have to start looking at Arsenal and saying, you know what? They've got a chance. Arsenal have got a chance of actually winning this thing. They've beaten Tottenham, they've beaten Liverpool. So I think this is a huge game for us, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Yeah. Excited for it, really am.
Completely agree. Let's have a little look at the last results. We'll start with Liverpool's 3-3 draw against Brighton at Anfield, followed a 0-0 draw with Everton at Goodison. They beat Newcastle, we know that 97th minute winner.
Very lucky.
In a 2-1 win. Smashed Liverpool, that was their response to a 2-1 defeat at Old Trafford against Man United. That is not the kind of set of results we've become accustomed to.
No, it was the 9-0.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then it was Man United, that was before, yeah.
Yeah, listen, really the only standout one there was the Southampton result. The Bournemouth result. Yeah. But apart from that, they've been a bit shaky this season, Liverpool. It's been a bit surprising to say that. I mean, because they've been so good over the years with, Klopp playing brilliant football. But there's definitely something a bit missing about Liverpool this season. I'm just hoping that they don't find that this weekend, because they are also that type of team that can find back their form with a great result. You know what I mean? But they just don't seem to be running as much as we're used to seeing them in games. They're not pressing as much, and some of their key players are kind of off form. You know what I mean? Salah's been a bit quiet this season. You know what I mean? Fabinho, Van Dijk, who's been integral to everything they've done over the years. He's been quiet, you know what I mean, and not been himself. Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know what I mean? So I really do see this as a big opportunity for Arsenal, that if we bring our A game and they play like how they have been playing, I feel we could get a great result here, So I'm absolutely buzzing for the game, you know what I mean? But we cannot take Liverpool lightly, because it's Liverpool, you know what I mean? And at the start of the season, when we were all making our predictions, we were all discussing whether it's going to be them or City who'd win the title. Yeah. So, you can't just discount a team like that. No,
you absolutely can't. Well, let's have a look at Arsenal's last 5. Funnily enough, it's a Man United defeat at Old Trafford as well that we've got in common with them. But that is sandwiched by wins for Arsenal. We won at Brentford in response to that. We beat Tottenham in the North London derby last week, and 2-1 wins against Fulham and Villa before that trip to Old Trafford. Arsenal have very much been doing their thing in the league, and it's not just about getting wins on the board and climbing that table through sheer results. There's been a performance that we have seen. This is Arsenal Football Club, I know that old cliche, but it's been a long time since we've seen a degree of consistency in the league like this.
Yeah, and you know what? You just spoke about the Manchester United defeat. both teams, Liverpool and us, losing at Old Trafford. Yeah. I think there was a difference in the losses, though.
Yeah.
I felt our one, you know, I'm still a bit bitter that we didn't get something out of that game. The performance was there in that game, whereas Liverpool's one, the performance was not there, and you know, it was a pretty convincing win for Manchester United against them. So they haven't been playing their best, but we've been playing really, really well. I mean, you know, we're top of the table and we're on form. We're playing great, great football at the moment. You know what I mean? I think at the moment in the league, the best team to watch is Arsenal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We play
that.
the best football. It's exciting. You know what I mean? When you see, I mean, we were here last night, Jesus, when he come on, how exciting was he? You know what I mean? The skill and the speed at which he did. Even guys like Eddie Nketiah, you know, I'm just like buzzing every time this team takes to the field. And I think, you know, Liverpool find this a very hostile place on Sunday as well. You know what I mean? The Emirates crowd has been amazing. The atmosphere last week for the North London derby was brilliant. And I expect it to be like that for Liverpool as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk a little bit about Jurgen Klopp, because for whatever reason, Arsenal have a thing about playing Jurgen Klopp. In fact, I've got the records here. Let's bring on, it's not just Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, but let's get his record generally. He's played us 23 times. He's won 12 of those games, drawn 5 and lost only 6. He's only lost 6 times in 23 matches against Arsenal. Since he's joined Liverpool, Arsenal's record against Liverpool and Klopp is 18 games played. We've won 3 of them, drawn 4, lost 11. And I actually know that 2 of those wins, I believe, were penalty. Yeah, I think one was a Community Shield game and the other was penalties in the Carabao Cup. I want to say we knocked them out.
He's normally got the measure of us, hasn't he? You know what I mean? And
why is that?
I think it's just been over the years. It's been his style of play. They not only have they got great players, but they always outwork you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their pressing style, the way they're just on you like a rash. They don't give you any time. But that's been the thing that's been missing about them this season, and that's been the thing that we've been doing. We've been pressing teams. We've been not giving teams any you know, time at all on the ball. We've been that team that start games really quickly, which is all the sort of things that normally Liverpool do. So that's why it's really intriguing for me this weekend, because what do Liverpool do in this game? Do they get that form back? Or are they going to be, what I've seen in some games, a little bit passive? It's going to be so intriguing. It really is going to be.
I have that exact same question about Liverpool. Are they going to try and just keep doing what they're used to doing and hope that it clicks eventually? Or like we saw in midweek, he actually flipped to a 4-2-3-1. He played Thiago and Henderson at the base, Jota in the 10. Now that for me would feel far too open, which I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
I think, I know Fabinho's form's not been there, but I'd be thinking they surely got to have him in this game. But if, as we've been, we recorded Superfan Debate and they were explaining that Fabinho's situation when it comes to his application, it's just not there at the moment. So I think we go into this really unsure in terms of what kind of Liverpool we're going to get, because I can't write off what they've done the last 5-6 years and think that they're just going to turn up, basically stroll around the pitch and let us beat them. I just can't see that happening.
Yeah, I think when you start seeing Klopp changing his formation and that, then you know they're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Because he's just stuck to his principles over the years. So I think it's going to be what we normally get from Liverpool, is that they're going to try and come and play their game against us. But they're coming up against I keep saying this all the time when I do these shows, that you're coming up against a different Arsenal now. It's a different beast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a team with much better players, and it's a team that from minute go, they're on you. And I think I saw a stat where Liverpool have conceded first in about nearly all of their games this season.
Like that,
I really do think that that's the key to. We've got to get on above Bournemouth. Yeah. We got to be on it from minute one. We just really got to stick it on them, get this crowd behind us. And I feel that Arsenal, we can have joy this weekend. I really do think we can have joy this weekend. It's not going to be easy, but we can have joy. Let's
talk about then your one to watch for each team, and then I'll give mine. Who's at the forefront for you?
Right, the one to watch for Liverpool, I think, is Diaz.
Okay,
I think he's been the one player that's really stood out for me in this Liverpool side. What I mean? You know what he's going to do, a bit like Iron Robin back in the day. He's going to cut in, but you can't stop him, and he's got immense talent. I really do think I know the obvious one, there's other players that you could do, Salahs and Jotas and all, but I just think Diaz is an unbelievable talent, you know what I mean? And we're going to have to really look after him, because he's a dangerous player and he scores goals.
Yeah, for Arsenal?
For Arsenal, of course, I say it every week, is Jesus. You know, I'm very intrigued to see what Jesus is going to be like up against their defence. You know what? Actually, let me change from Jesus. No, I'm not. I'm going to come off of Jesus for this because I always say Jesus nearly every week. I'm going to say Martinelli, because Martinelli going down that left-hand side up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's been having a hard time of things.
Yeah.
If Martinelli's on it like he was last week against Tottenham, they're going to have nightmares down that side, because Trent Alexander-Arnold has been poor defensively this season. Plus, as well, he's the guy who gets forward and creates. If we can pin him back, I mean, we could have a lot of joy. So, yeah, actually, I'm switching that to Martinelli. He's the one to watch for me.
That's fair enough. For the sake of giving two different ones, I want to go Diogo Jota for Liverpool.
Yeah, always scores.
Well, also because he's such a strange player in that he's a brilliant kind of in one way out and out winger in the way he can run at you, but he's also great in the air.
Yeah.
He's been playing up front for Liverpool when he's had his kind of prolonged spells in the team and done brilliantly as well. And I think he's surprised a lot of people how well he's done. He's had injury problems in the last season.
Yeah.
Diaz, Mane, Salah just couldn't be dropped. But I think there's a top player, and then I think because we've now seen Liverpool with Firmino and Nunez kind of rotating it up top, I think we're going to see Jota start to get a string of performances up there. So he's the one for Liverpool, and I think he could be a wriggly one that causes problems for Saliba and Gabriel. For Arsenal, I'm going to go with Zinchenko. Only reason I say is because he's got that awkward role where, yes, he comes into midfield and helps us dominate there, but Liverpool could be so devastating on the counter. If the one thing Salah enjoys, it's space to run into directly at goal. So how will he balance that need to keep an eye on what's going on behind him? Because Liverpool won't tell Salah to drop all the way back to help.
No.
They'll say, you stay up there for when that ball comes. So it'll be interesting to see how he deals with that. Maybe Tierney plays in that game, but we'll see. All right, let's talk about injury news. We know Smith Rowe's still out long term. We know that Mohamed El Neni as well, although Lee revealed semi-exclusively on the Forever Arsenal podcast that he's been told by, I can't remember, what did he say? El Neni's
his brother. It was Mohamed El Neni's brother.
Okay, there we go.
Who we met last night. Who was apparently, he said to Lee that, about a month away.
Well, there we go. So
which would be great news if that's true. But yeah, we met Mohamed El Neni's brother. Really
amazing.
Nice guy. Lovely guy.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
They didn't lie to you, by the way. That little look they gave you, they didn't.
They were both in the team, and look how well they both did. One kept a clean sheet, and the other one scored.
Yeah, it's a great header. May I say, it was a great header.
It was.
Other team news: Cedric has got a knock. Zinchenko's a doubt. We know he didn't train and wasn't involved in the matchday squad for Bodo Glimt. But otherwise, there's nothing else really to touch on.
Key players are all fit. That's the key thing. A lot of times we go into these games against teams like Liverpool and Partey's out, this guy's out. This time everyone is fit. We saw Partey last night there on the line warming up, and we're just like, yo, take your time, man.
Yeah.
Don't get injured. So it was brilliant that we got that win against Bodo Glimt, and we won it pretty comfortably. And we didn't really have to, even though we bought on players like Jesus and that. It was more for a run out, It was not an intense, so everybody's fit and rearing to go. And we need everybody fit and rearing to go against Liverpool. So, that's good.
All right, score predictions.
I'm going to go for this one. I'm going for a 2-1. I think, unfortunately, we'll concede. Liverpool are so good going forwards. But I do feel we'll get the win. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. But I do feel that this team is a different team to what we've had over the past couple of years, and I think this team they sense how big a game this is. If we can win this game, it is a game changer for us. So if we lose this game, it's not the end of the world. If we draw it, it's not the end of the world. But City will move ahead of us probably because I think they've got Southampton. Stuff like that. But win the game, it's a statement. You're saying, hey, listen. Take Arsenal Football Club seriously.
Completely
we just beat Tottenham last week, who everyone's been raving about, and they've been unbeaten, and we took away that unbeaten record. And now we've taken the scalp of one of the teams that everybody was saying might win the league this season. So it's huge. If we can win this, wow. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I'm going 2-2.
You go for a draw?
Because they've got firepower, and I think they'll cause us problems because I think
we don't draw a lot, James.
That is very true. I think we'll want to impose ourselves on the game a little bit, and so maybe leave it a little bit open. So I'm going to go for a 2-2, but I'm expecting a very exciting game of football. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Let us know your comments. Let us know your comments. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions. What team would you go with? All in the comment section below. If you haven't checked out the super fan debates, well, what are you doing? Go check them out because they're really, really good. Honestly, Fuizzi had all the energy. It was brilliant, and I know you did well to stand up and actually, made a good debate out of it. In their place. Yeah, Drifty, AGT, Lee, all there as well. It was a fantastic debate. So go check that out on AFTV, and of course, we'll be covering it all from the starting 11 to the watch along to full time after to get your thoughts. So look out for the number that pops up on the screen during those live streams, and you can send in your thoughts. Don't miss out on that. It's one of our best features, our way to actually connect with you guys even more. So join us for that. All right, guys, Arsenal versus Liverpool this Sunday. Looking forward to it.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.